Who invented the airplane? The rise of air travel. Imagine life before flight. No transoceanic travel in hours. No aerial photography. No global business jets. Flight once belonged to myth and birds alone. Human ambition to soar spans millennia, yet the airplane was invented only about a century ago. Its story spans visionary dreamers, epic rivalry, hard-won progress, and a world forever transformed. Since antiquity, humans aspired to fly. The Greek myth of Daedalus and Icarus symbolized desire and danger. Leonardo da Vinci sketched ornithopters and parachutes in the 15th century. In the 19th century, pioneers like George Cayley analyzed lift and drag scientifically, discovering that fixed wings rather than bird-like flapping might work. France and Britain saw early glider experiments by Otto Lilienthal, Octave Chanute, Percy Pilcher, and Gabriel Voisin. These gliders launched from hills brought humanity closer to controlled flight, but most pioneers died exploring the risk. Wilbur and Orville, Wright, two bicycle makers from Dayton, Ohio, revolutionized flight. They studied wind tunnel data, wing shape, control surfaces, and engine specs meticulously. In 1903, at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, their powered flyer, now recognized as the first true airplane made for controlled flights. The longest was 59 seconds and flew 852 feet. Key innovations: wing warping roll control, movable elevators for pitch, and lightweight engine design. Their success hinged on control, as they said. Control is the airplane. But success wasn't immediate. Press coverage dismissed them at first. Over the next 2 years, they refined their design, increased flight times, and performed longer distances. In 1905, their Flyer 3 flew 24 miles in 39 minutes. In 1908, demonstrations in France and the US impressed global audiences, proving flight was no longer imagination. While the Wrights focused on control theory, other nations pursued experimental designs. In Europe, Alberto Santos Dumont flew his 14BS aircraft in Paris. In 1906, heralded in French press as the first public flight because powered by a lighter-than-air balloon and without catapult launch. Others like Glenn Curtiss, Henry Farman, and Louis each introduced innovations: triplanes, monoplanes, amphibious seaplanes, and cross-channel travel. In Zhou Lingzhou flew the English Channel, demonstrating flight could cross the sea. That same year, Louis Blériot's monoplane crossed from Calais to Dover in under 45 minutes. Meanwhile, Glenn Curtiss pushed naval aviation by creating seaplanes, winning the Daily Mail circuit of Britain and engaging in early air races. Across Germany, Austria, and Italy, countless designers experimented with wing structure, engines, and fuselage geometry. At the same time, the Wrights protected their patents, often litigating Curtiss, creating a chilling patent war in the U.S. Patent enforcement slowed early innovation. Many foreign designers shared glider data freely, accelerating European aviation's technical leaps. By 1914, World War I began. What started as reconnaissance balloons quickly evolved into fighter aircraft, bombers, and aerial combat. Aviation spurred rapid technical advances: synchronized machine guns firing through propellers, metal frame fuselages, faster rotary and inline engines, and large mass-produced machines like the Sopwith Camel, Spad-13, Fokker Dr. I, and Gotha bombers. Aircraft transitioned from fragile wood and fabric gliders to multi-engine biplanes and even early triplanes. By war's end, flight had become strategic. Thousands of new pilots were trained. Stealth, speed, range, and aerial tactics were refined. Air warfare validated early aviation dream. For the first time in human history, war fought in 3 dimensions. Post-war, surplus military aircraft flooded civilian markets. Barnstormers toured, offering thrill rides. Airmail delivered letters, proving short-haul utility. Air races like the Schneider Trophy pushed speed and seaplane innovation.
By 1987.
Charles Lindbergh's solo transatlantic flight of the Spirit of St. Louis electrified the world, ushering in the golden era of air travel. In the late 1920s and 1930s, airlines emerged. Aircraft like the Boeing 247 and Douglas DC-3 showed commercial reliability and efficiency. Governments built infrastructure: airports, air traffic control towers, radio beacons, navigation aids. World War II accelerated aviation technology further. Long-range bombers. Radar-enabled night flight. Jet engine prototypes Frank Whittle in Britain. Jet engine in Germany by Hans von Ohain. After war, surplus pilots, technicians, and manufacturing capacity pivoted to civilian airline production. The first jetliner, the de Havilland Comet, flew in 1949. In the 1950s-60s, Boeing 77, Douglas DC-8, and later Concorde and Boeing 747 revolutionized long-distance travel. The jet age made global travel accessible in hours rather than days. Airports expanded, tourism boomed, cultures interconnected, and global economies accelerated. Today's aircraft, from general aviation to ultra-long-haul wide-bodies. Drones, VTOLs, and spacecraft trace routes to those early pioneers. NASA builds on Wright brothers' control systems. UAV designers experiment with wing-warping concepts. Electric aircraft and high-altitude solar airships carry the wheelbars of early aviation theory. The flight control principles, aerodynamic calculations, structural engineering, and networked operations, terminal radar, air traffic control, autopilot systems all stem from innovations developed nearly a century ago. So who invented the airplane? The simple answer: it was a global evolution. The Wright brothers hold the first powered, controlled, sustained flight. Santos Dumont, Curtiss, Farman, Bigglesworth, Lilienthal, and countless others made vital contributions. War pushed innovation, patents slowed it, public demonstration proved it. Infrastructure enabled adoption, and corporate and state investment turned novelty into necessity. The airplane is the sum of visionary ambition, technical refinement, global competition, and human perseverance. When you board a plane and ascend into the sky, consider that every flight is layered with history. Centrifugal force, aerodynamics, jet propulsion, navigation, safety protocols, international treaties, airport logistics, and one powerful idea that humans can conquer altitude. Flight reshaped our economy, politics, environment, and aspirations. It gave us global tourism, supersonic journalism, satellite launches, aerial crop dusting, firefighting, reconnaissance, and humanitarian aid. Yet flight also brings challenges: climate impact, pilot shortage, corporate consolidation, inequity of access, and the future of supersonic or electric flight. Still, the airplane remains one of humanity's greatest inventions. From a dream of flight to a routine 36,000-foot commute, symbolizes curiosity, challenge, and creative triumph. As long as humans wish to soar, aviation will continue to grow, building on the genius of our ancestors. Thank you for hovering with Flashback Facts on this whirlwind journey from wind-powered Potter S wheels to jet-powered global flight. If you enjoyed this exploration into aviation history's heroes, machines, and milestones, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What flight fact amazed you most? We'll continue clearing more skies one origin story at a time.